Hello my friends, John LaRuffa here with another straight up solo, and in this episode we're going to take a look at Rats of Wistar. I'm going to show how this game plays solo, and I'm going to let you know what I think about it. Alright, let's get started. Okay folks, and as usual, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. If you have, I really do appreciate that support. So, this game takes up pretty big table space, as you can see here. I got stuff spread all over the place. I got the solo area over here, I've got my stuff over here, I've got a hand of cards that are in a card holder over here, lots of stuff going on. And that is symbolic, I think, of the way I feel about this game. There's a lot going on in this game, yet it doesn't seem to be overly complex. There's just a lot of stuff going on. So what kind of game is this? Well, this game is an action selection game, and the mechanic here is that this wheel will turn at the end of every round, which applies different I'd say bonuses, because that's what they are, different bonus actions to each of the 6 main actions in the game. And on your turn, you are going to place one of your rat chief leaders, or mice leaders, or whatever, out here on this board and take a main action and or take a bonus action associated with it in any order. So one thing that is nice about this game, it is pretty flexible, right? Like that. You can take things in any order in a lot of cases. And it helps you figure out what to do. Your whole goal in the game is to score points through a variety of different ways. There are a ton of these invention cards in here, which is a big source of points and variety. Without these cards, this game would be really stagnant and probably not worth playing. But the cards make it so there's so much to consider and go on. It's a whole different story. So I do really appreciate that. And you have different levels of cards. You kind of got like the easier versions of cards and the harder cards over here to build. And the cards, like I said, just give you so many different things. They give you ongoing bonuses, they give you instant bonuses, they give you endgame things, they give you one-time deals, all sorts of stuff, okay? And they also unlock a heap of icons in here, which you will use as prerequisites for other cards when you have to build them. So just a ton of stuff there. All right, so there's that. That is the invention kind of thing. You're supposedly like crafting together these different things by spending wood and metal and having other things. So sometimes you have, like for instance, if you have the access to power, you can build certain cards. You have, you know, some brawn or some vitality or brains or whatever. Those all go into paying and help you to pay for the cost of the cards. The card's also worth victory points at the end of the game, as you can see right here. What else do you do? Well, you can improve your own colony by digging more rooms. Each room you dig gives you more points, except for that first one. And you can also put bedrooms in, which give you more workers. The workers are a little different in this game. They basically go to this area, and there are 3 areas of the board, and they count for the power of the action you're going to take. When they're there, they're free to place, but you can move them as long as you have a movement token, which you can get in a variety of different ways. They basically determine the strength of your action, okay? The other thing that you can do is you can complete objectives. So you explore this house, and as you explore the house, you flip over these cards that have little cute stories on or whatever. Like for instance, this one is, watch out for the bird. And so one of the things you could do is you could fight the chicken, or you can steal the shovel, or you can reach the pantry. And all these things have something you have to require to do, and then when you complete them as missions, you get those things there. And even revealing the mission gives you some bonuses. And as you go into the manor, go deeper, you get other room bonuses and other things. It's just like a cornucopia of stuff in this game. I would say this game is kind of like one of those, there's just a ton of things that you can get. You don't feel necessarily like you're super starved for stuff, okay? So there's all sorts of stuff to be able to do. Plus, there's objective cards you can complete down here. There are, like I talked to you about the invention cards, and then there's also these hero cards you can get, which give you special stuff. Just tons of things going on. Tons of things going on in the game itself. And so exploring is a big deal. Building rooms or building bedrooms is a big deal. And then digging things out. And that's basically how you handle the game. All right, so now what do you do? How does your turn look? etc. Oh, and by the way, when you complete objectives, you will use these cubes over here, which will give you either reductions in the cost of things or instant bonuses and things or lots of other stuff that you can do just to make the game Euro fun, right? Now, how does the AI play? The AI plays in a similar fashion that you do, but they use this deck of action cards. And this deck of action cards tells them exactly where they're going to put their chief worker out here. They never get the bonuses out here. They always activate the bonuses on the cards, which I'll show you in a second. And then they take an action based on the strength of their action and their number of workers that are out there too. And for the most part, it's pretty similar to what you do. You just have to read through the rules once. And I think once you read through the rules once and realize that all the actions are detailed here, it becomes pretty manageable to execute. So let me go ahead and show you a round of the game. This is entering into round 4. The game takes place in 5 rounds, okay? And so the first, he is actually, the Rattlebot is going to take the first action. They're going to put their chief on this particular spot, and they're going to always go to the outside one if they can. In this spot, because of this action, they're going to, oh, and by the way, you contribute, they want to contribute a worker power to it. So they've got 3 over here. The way this works is they are going to get 3 points since they never get resources. So we'll give them 3 points like that. And then they will, because their bonus, move up on a little thing you can't see to the right side, but they are these different cards here. And you use these cards and you put icons on them for the various characteristics that are in the game to determine the difficulty level. There are actually 9 levels of difficulty you can play, which I think is really cool. I'm playing on difficulty level 2 just to give it, give it a little start off, so to speak. Okay, so that's it. His turn's done. Very simple to execute. All right, now comes to me. What do I want to do? Well, I have a couple of different things. Number one, I don't have any resources because I just built some cards last time, except I've got a ton of cards in my hands. So those in itself are kind of like resources by themselves, and you can do all these quick actions over here with the cards. Like I could spend 3 cards or 3 anything to get one of these wild card tokens that I could use to spend to make up a requirement. Or I could use 4 of these to flip over my electricity, getting it again worth 2 points at the end. There's all sorts of things. But what I'd like to show you, at least I'd like to start with, is I would like to get more resources so that I can build more bedrooms. So to do that, I'm going to go to this spot right here, and this spot says take a wood for every worker strength I have. So I have 1 worker, I'll get 1 wood. Little guys right here. And then I will take a potion action over here. And the potion actions are they let me either play a card, they let me complete a mission, they let me get a wood or get a metal. And I have all sorts of cards and a lot of things I could play, but one of which what might be interesting is this one, the termite breeding. I can use this to attack him. So for good measure, I will do that just for fun. I will go ahead and play. It's an instant card, so it happens 1 time. Oh no, that's only if he has more bedrooms than I do. Well, he doesn't. So I'm not going to play that one right now. I'll stick on that. I'll just get another wood because I need to dig out a bedroom and get some more workers in the board, etc. So we've done that. We're good. Let's see what he wants to do now. He wants to play his guy on this space. This space is right here. It's for exploration. So he has a 3 on his exploration. We'll go ahead and get that going in a second here. Actually, we do that before he gets his bonuses. So he is going to, at a level 3, is going to execute 2 of his exploration cards. So he flips this over, and this card says, okay, based on the floor plan, if he is in room E, right here, he's going to flip over the card first if he can. Then he's going to place a tent. Then he's going to move to room F. Well, he is able to place the tent. Tent lets him take actions as if he's there. And then he's going to move to room F. And room F is right next door. And that's the end of that. But because I said we're going to do 2 exploration cards, we're going to flip over the next one here. Now in room F, he is going to flip over this card. And that's what he's going to do. He doesn't get the bonuses because he gets the bonuses over here. He's going to take these 2 cards, according to that. Those are scoring points to the end of the game. And then he is going to move down his green track, which you can't quite see. It's off the camera. one spot, and that says instantly achieve the first one of these right here. And at the end of the game, he will get that. Actually, I think he gets it right now. So he'll get 4 points, and since he doesn't get metal, it'll be 2 more, so 6 points. So 6 points there, right there. Strong turn for him. Now, for me, I said I want to build some bedrooms. I only have two wood, which isn't that great, because it would be 1 bedroom. So can I achieve a mission first somewhere that would help me out? Well, do I have anything with the brain? Well, that's not going to be there. Maybe if I move around, I'd be better off. But he just took the spot for moving, so I can't go there. And it's blocked. All right, well, in that case, I could do this. Yeah, no, but that's the problem. I don't have a good mission tile to achieve. I'm not in a good spot to do it, so that's not going to help. Although I could move to, we're just going to stick with what I was working on, I suppose. In the interest of moving things along, I'll go ahead and I will do this. So I can take this card, which is nice. This will let me move or take 3 of these movement tokens, which could really help. All right, so instantly I'll put that here and I'll take 3 movement tokens. And that will help me later on move my workers where they need to be. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and build that bedroom. So I'm going to take 2 of these wood. I'm going to move this one out. I'm going to put this bedroom down. That'll score me effectively 4 plus 1 4 points at the end of the game. And I have another worker which I can place. I could place it now, but I'm going to wait till I take my turn. All right, final move for him. He wants to go to this location right here, and that location is over here. And if he can't go to those, he just moves to the next open clockwise space. All right, he wants to take cards. His strength is 3, so he's going to take 2 of these. Whoops, actually he always takes the left ones. 2 of these and 2 of these. Okay, pretty quick. And then for me, well, then he takes his bonus. So he wants to, if he can, complete a mission in the spot he's on. Well, he can do that. So he's going to take this. He's going to complete the topmost mission all the time. He never does anything, gets anything for the mission. It basically just strengthens his position there. Okay, so that's that. So then my last turn here, I'm kind of in a bind. A lot of these spaces that I want to take are filled up. So I guess I could. Bedrooms is useless. I get some more metal and play a card. Is there any card that would just cost metal? Yes, there are. This might be interesting. A time bomb. All right, let's do that. So we're going to get 2 metal. I'm going to immediately spend the 2 metal to place the time bomb, which opens a door. And that'll also give me a strength token like you see here. And then get another metal. Well, I was hoping for a wood, but oh well. So I've got the door right there. That door's open. It allows me to get into the other room without having to spend actions. And there you go. My turn is over and his turn is over. So then we reset. Resetting is very simple. You take these cards over here, you discard them. You take these cards over here, discard them. If there was a unclaimed tile right there, we would discard it, but there isn't. So we move on to the final round here. We move here. And then we're going to take our guys back. If turn order was going to change, because if anybody actually went to the space, the alchemist space, which I guess I could have gone to. I didn't think about that instead. Maybe that would have been better. I don't know. Then they would change the turn order based on who went there first. And yes, we've done that. We've done all those things, and we're ready to go then for the final round. He always shuffles his 7 cards again. So that's the deal. He has 7 cards. He's only going to use 3 of them, so you never know exactly what's going to come up. All right, so that's a good flavor of what you're doing, I think. Let me tell you what I think about the game. I should note I forgot to spin the wheel, which I just did after I hit the camera. But yeah, you have to spin the wheel every time, just a 60-degree turn. Okay, so that is Rats of Wistar from a solo perspective. This game has a ton of variety. That's what I would say about it. Because of the cards, because of the ways you can score, there's just lots of things you can do. In the main actions, it seems relatively straightforward, really, because you have 2 actions to gather resources, 2 actions to expand your player colony area, and then 2 actions to explore the board or build cards. So there's not a lot going on there, but the variety in the cards, the variety in the bonuses, the variety in the way everything works together is really cool. And I like that. I like how the bonuses spin around in that wheel. That's nice. Although the only problem I have with the wheel is that you have to install and uninstall this little screwed in, I don't know what you want to call it, rivet in the center, I suppose, that it spins around because it doesn't fit in the box if you leave it installed. So that's kind of a drag. But either way, that's a minor quibble. There's just a lot to like about this game. If you like a variety in your Euro, so if you like all sorts of things going on, this is the one. I've heard people say the cards are super swingy. You know, the fact that the cards can be used as resources and such, I mean, they come out, there's ways to score points with some of them, there's ways to not score points with others. I feel like they're just fine. I don't have any problem with that because there's so many cards, there's so much you can do. I wouldn't say, oh, you won because you got this, or I won, I got that. Yeah, sometimes the cards can help, but if they aren't going your way, you can spend them as resources to do other things, which I think is important because you want to have a lot of card draws. You want to have to get deep into that deck to figure out what you can use those for. So I do like the fact that just gaining cards can be used in a variety of ways to pay for things, and I think that addresses that. Very easy to run the solo. He's super straightforward. I like that, even though it's pretty interactive. It's not a solo, it just like blocks a space and then scores points, whatever. It moves around, it gathers things, it does its own deal, which I like. And I love the fact that they did a great job putting the whole bot's turn on the back here. Awesome. That's really good. I wish they had done a similar thing on here, or at least given me, you know, they gave you this little thing for the bonus actions. If they had just flipped it over and printed on there a little bit of summary or what else you would do on yours, that'd be great. That's the only thing that's missing is a small little player aid. And I think somebody made one on Board Game Geek. I'm going to check it out. Because this is a game where once you understand how to play, you could probably play it from the player aid from there on in. It's that approachable. Now, there's a ton of icons. And that's the other thing. You're just going to have to wade through some of that stuff. You know, if you look at the appendix, there's all that, right? There's no going around it. Luckily, they explain some invention cards that helps you kind of figure out what to do. So there is, like I said, a lot of variety, and there's a lot of icons to look at. But I think that for the most part, they mesh well. It's not too complicated. The icons aren't overly... or the iconography isn't overly difficult to understand. You just have to look it up for a little bit to know what these things mean. But once you get it, it's intuitive. I've played some games where it's like hieroglyphics, and I'm trying to translate what in the world does this slash that plus a minus. It's over here. It's superimposed. There's just not a lot of that going on, which I appreciate. Just a lot of cool stuff to enjoy here if you like Euros with a lot of variety. I did not find this game to be, you know, too tight or too punishing. I ended up losing that game I showed you by a couple of points to the level 2 bot, but I think that, you know, with subsequent plays, you can definitely figure out what is better, what is more worthwhile, worth your time, making the most of those 5 rounds, as you do with every Euro game, really. So either way, really satisfied, really happy with this one, and I hope that you check it out. If you are overwhelmed by choices and overwhelmed by lots of stuff, this is probably not the one you want, okay? But there's a ton of variety in here that makes replayability just, I don't know, pretty endless if you are interested in just trying to piece together a new way to win every time. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And whatever you decide to do in the future, I really hope you have a fantastic time doing it. Take it easy, everybody.